I'd like to thank everybody for having me here tonight because I'm really excited to talk to you guys tonight. I'm going to talk to you about a few things I've learned while I was first starting off. First, I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about me. I coded my first iOS app completely in iOS when I was completely on my own when I was 10 years old. I formed my first company and I got my first app on the App Store in the same year. I'm working on 2 new major iOS apps right now, and I'm working on another big idea project that I'll tell you more about later. The first thing I learned is that the idea is the thing. Every project starts with an idea because if you're making a project without an idea, your project isn't focused on anything. Some ideas are big and some ideas are tiny, but they all work because, well, my first app, it was actually one of my small ideas. When I was working on a big idea, I came up with that idea and we switched our priorities and we started on that one. Some ideas come out of left field, and that means like what I said with my first app, chip trading, where we had to change priorities to work on that one. You have to capture as many ideas as you can because you need ideas to make a product, and the more ideas the better. When you're starting off, you have to prioritize because you probably won't have that many people in your group, and you can only work on a few ideas at a time, or else you won't be able to get any work done. But you can't be afraid to reprioritize your ideas when you need to. The second thing I learned is that it takes a team. For my first app, chip trading, I could do all the coding, but I needed a team of people to help me complete it. I needed my dad to help me submit the app and form the company because there's an age limit on it. I needed to be 18 to actually submit the app. I needed my brother Jake to make the sound. I needed my Aunt Pam to make the graphics for the app. And I needed my mom to give me some input and tips. In the end, I needed a team of 5 people to help me complete it. The third thing I learned is no matter what, don't panic. The night before my first app, chip trading, went into the reviews process for the first time. I was supposed to be in bed, but I was actually coding, and I discovered a bug in our app. So I rushed downstairs and I told my dad, like, we didn't know what to do because we could pull the code and we could bring a new one in, but we would be sent to the end of the review queue, which would take us probably another week to get back into the review process. And I was worried about this because this was my first app that was going to Apple. And also, I had gone around school telling my friends that it would be available on a certain date. So if we pulled the code, we probably wouldn't be able to make that. So we looked at the options carefully, and we decided that it was best if we pulled the code. So we did that, and we fixed the bug, and we resubmitted it. And we ended up making the promised release date. So the lesson learned is that now I need to check my code before I submit it. The fourth thing I learned is think big. We're lucky to have crazy amounts of power with us right now, with like MacBooks and iPads and iPhones. We can build almost anything right now with those incredible devices. Don't ever be afraid to question the status quo, because you might have something better that's what's out there right now, and you need to get that out to the people because that'll improve. My original big idea was to create a social networking platform that made it easier to go back into the past and remember what you shared. The big idea around Daystream is to go back and find what you shared because with Facebook and Twitter, you have to go back through tons of more pages and more pages. So with Daystream, you just click a date and it sends you back to the journal you wrote for that be able to look at daystream.com/Jonathan/2012-09-14 to remember the day I gave my first big talk. Daystream is starting up just like your projects are, because we just formed Daystream Incorporated on August 30th, 2012. But my dad and I have probably been working on it for over a year now. The website and the iOS app are currently in a private beta, but soon we're going to expand that, and I'll tell you more about that later. Thing 5, make it matter. Anybody can start a company, even a 10-year-old can. But it's really cool to make a company that matters, because the community around it can benefit from it, and I think that's really cool. One of my personal long-term goals is to bring technology to Toledo. In a small step towards that goal, Daystream is going to start a Toledo beta soon that will allow the people of Toledo to connect and use a beta of Daystream. Follow Daystream on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Then tweet us and post on our wall. Tell us your connection to Toledo. Be sure to use the hashtag Toledo Beta. When we open the Toledo Beta, we'll make sure to send invites to our new friends at Toledo. Are there any questions? Yeah.
How did you learn to code at the age you were?
I was about 6, and my dad asked me if I wanted to learn how to HTML and PHP, and I said no at first because I wasn't interested. And then a while later, I came back and I told him that I was interested. So I started learning those, and I made websites with those for a while. And then I started to learn JavaScript, and my dad, he didn't have any experience with JavaScript, so he bought me a book and I had to learn from that. And then after a while, I said that I was interested in making iOS apps, so we ordered a book on that, and I started learning from that.
How old are you now?
Right now I'm 10. I'm going to turn 11 soon. Blue shirt.
So what are you going to do when you turn 18?
I'm probably going to go to college.
How do you manage school and your business?
Well, I have to go to school from 8:10 to 3, so I usually get probably 15 minutes of coding in the morning, and then I probably, sometimes I have events after school, so I probably get a little bit of coding done then. And then in the night, my dad and I, at about 9:30, my dad and I will start working on Daystream for a while. You?
Do they teach coding at school right now?
No.
Do you think they should?
Yes.
Why did you become a corporation in Delaware?
We became a corporation in Delaware because it provides the most options for companies and stuff like that.
Do you mind sending your slides with all your information for the beta test to us, and then we can post it onto your website, and then everyone can access it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Thank you.